And welcome back. You're here in Manifesting Your Dreams with Pablo Miguel in Las Vegas. I'm very excited. We were just talking with Barbara Swanson. She's visiting here from Medford, Oregon, where it's a little bit cooler than here. There's a little bit more water than here. She was showing me pictures of actually a video of she just bought her dream home, and I was just so excited about some of the things that she was sharing about the home, because we've been knowing each other for a few years, and I knew that was coming, and it's like really, really spectacular place, and there was so much green, and that green looks like so real, not like somebody just painted in green, right? But one of the things that we're talking about today is how can you manifest your dreams. We want to inspire you. We want you to start dreaming again, dreaming in full color, right? Not just in black and white, and we want you to start taking action so those dreams can become a reality. And to do that, we share every week, we're going to share one of the 17 principles that are proven, kind of like a formula, so anybody could actually create the kind of life that they desire, that they want, and that, honestly, that they deserve. So when you talk about manifesting, one of the things that is very interesting is there's a pervasive idea that is actually wrong. And is that you just have to sit down and visualize and believe that something is going to happen, and then magically, right, the universe is going to deliver to you like the waiter from a restaurant, right? And one of the things that you need to be aware is that when you're looking at the news or you're reading about famous people, whatever, usually you don't know all the challenges they went through. So Barbara is actually living her dream. She's having an amazing life where she could actually travel. She loves to teach. She can go around the country and give lectures. She published a book that is fantastic. But when you get to know her, okay, then you find out that she had health challenges that will have stopped everybody. She lost her partner at an early departure. One of the kids that she raised actually had autistic child, right? So when you start getting to know her life, you go like, oh my God, you went through a lot of challenges, right? But one thing that will make a difference, person A, person B, is that person A is going to say, you know what, I have all these challenges, but I'm still going to I'm going to create the life I want. Yeah. And person B with the same situation, so it's not the situation, he's going to say, oh, I cannot make it happen because I look at the situation that I have. So why don't you share with our viewers some of the things you went through and what actually helped you push through those challenges so they didn't stop you?
You know, that's such a great question. I have always had in my heart, from the time I was very young, and I had some challenges as a child that were related to what happened to me. It never defined me. It never defined my soul. And so from a very young age, I was able to step back from the detritus of what was happening and say, this isn't me. So I never identified myself with the bad things that were going on. And the other thing is that I never felt that I was wrong for wanting something more. Oh. A lot of times people get caught up and they feel like if they're discontented, and unfortunately, some of the teaching around manifesting your dream, people fall into the trap of thinking if they have any negative thoughts, they're gonna not be able to manifest. That's not the way it works. Negative thoughts will come and they'll go if you let them go. Sometimes discontent is your higher self telling you you need something more. Sometimes discontent is your ally because it's there to help guide you into finding what is not working. If you use the energy of unhappiness to look at what doesn't work, you are closer to finding your dream.
Wow.
That's my opinion.
That's very powerful. That's very powerful. And it's so interesting that you say that is because it's like I met many people that you think like, oh my God, their life is so perfect, right? It's like, oh my God, their life is so perfect. But see, this is one thing that I learned is that there's some people that don't talk about the negative things that go in their lives, Because they have a little bit more of an optimistic personality, right? And maybe there's nothing they can do about some of the things that go in their lives. So why would I be talking about it, right? So in other words, why would I share with you all the challenges that I had in my house this morning if there's nothing you can do about it, right? It's not going to enhance our conversation. It's not going to help you, right? It's just going to, but sometimes it's like we feel we have to unload, right? And it's funny because a few years ago I had one of my mentors himself, many years ago. He was like the most negative person you ever gonna meet, right? And this is like rare because you say, how can somebody be so successful and be so negative? But what was funny about it, like we would meet and then he would bring all that negativity, right? And I felt like, oh my God, I need to take a nap now. Like I have no energy, right? Like, I need to go to sleep. And he would feel all energized because he dumped all the negativity and he would go out and make sales, and that was like with no energy, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that I learned is like when people start giving me all that crap, if you will, I go like, just let me ask you a question. How can I help you?
I love it.
Right? How can I help you? I don't need to know the detail of, oh, there's nothing you can do. And they say, you know what? If there's nothing I can do, I'd rather not even know about it, because how is that going to help me? How is that going to help you, right? Go and talk to your psychologist, your therapist,
Make a change.
Make a change, right?
I am action-oriented. That is something that I've learned over time. I am action-oriented. So when I am presented with a situation where something's not working, my energy automatically goes into what can make it different.
What can I make a difference? What can I do, right?
And if I can't do something different, I either need to remove myself from the situation or I need to have a change in my own attitude.
Wow.
Those are the only three options I have. Make an action to make it different, change my own attitude, or get the heck out of it.
And that shows that you always have control, right? You always have control. It's like Jim Rohn used to say, you can't control the weather, you can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sails, right? So if you're in a sailboat, you can adjust so whatever kind of wind you have, it can still take you where you want to go. But so many times people say like, oh, I want the wind to come from behind me, right? And the wind is coming from in front of you, so now you're just going to get stuck there, right?
Let's get on to this thing of faith and wind. I love that because guess what? When the wind comes from behind you, you don't know it's coming.
Exactly.
You have to have faith
that
there's wind that will fill your sail. Yes. And you've got to get in the right direction, and you have to have faith that wind will carry you. Because when it comes from behind, you can't see it.
Absolutely.
And you're not going to feel it till it's already there.
Absolutely.
And that is what faith really is.
Very powerful.
You need to act as if before it ever happens. You can't wait for it to happen. That's not faith.
Exactly. And one thing that I learned also is that when you talk to people that have overcome a lot of adversity, right, is like we all get knocked down. It's like we think somebody's going to say yes and they don't, right? We think somebody's going to show up and they don't, right? We think a huge project is going to move forward and then for some reason it doesn't. That happens to everybody. The difference is how long do you stay knocked down? How long do you stay in the mud? So this is something that we all have the same situation. We're going to feel down, but some people stay there for 2 weeks or 2 months. Some people even 2 years later. Like I met this lady a while ago, and she was telling me about this guy that did all these bad things to her, whatever, And I was like really feeling for her. I was listening, right, being a good friend. And then I said, so when did that happen? Oh, that was like 12 years ago. And I go like, are you kidding me? I thought that was her last relationship, And then I go like, have you been carrying that for 12 years? I give you permission to let that go, right? So when something happens, I love what you say. Hey, just take action. What can you do? And one thing that you did that was very interesting, you had health challenges and you became a health expert. Now you're teaching thousands of people about health. So that's called the adversity advantage, by the way. Adversity advantage. When you get adversity, and instead of making that stop you, you say, well, how can I use this in my favor? Because God knows if you would be an eminence in nutrition and health today, if you didn't have your own health challenge or in your family, right?
You know what? I love to tell people because it's so true. The challenges I've had in my health and in other ways have kept me humble.
Wow.
I have so much more compassion now than I used to.
Because you can understand other people, right?
I really do understand that not everybody can do everything. And you know, I was in many ways very arrogant when I was younger because I had a lot of capability to do things and accomplish things. And without the challenges I've had, I don't know that I would be the human I am. And I'm happy with who I am.
That's a powerful thought, right? Sometimes the universe has a way to say, hey, you need to move in this direction or that, you know?
Yeah.
One thing that I use that has really helped me is like, what's great about this? Is like the questions that we ask determine our focus on a particular situation, right? Mm-hmm. So sometimes you may be watching like a movie or a TV program and you see these people that when there's like chaos, right? And a lot of stress going on or whatever, they can still remain calm.
I know,
right? They can still remain calm, and that's the hero. That's kind of like the hero of the movie, right? And there's always somebody that is kind of like the coward or like, oh my God, we're gonna die or whatever, you know. And it's just like we have the power to be either of those people. How we reacting to the exactly same situation. So if we learn to ask questions that can empower us, instead of saying negative things like we're all gonna die or why is this happening to me, let's say, you know what is great about what just happened, right? How can we get this situation and turn it into a positive, right?
And you know, if you find this is hard for you, like you're saying, well, they don't know what I've been going through. Because I can just hear somebody out there going, well, they don't know what I've done.
Right.
You know, they haven't had that challenge, whatever it may be to them. Here's what I recommend. Give yourself some compassion, but limit it. So I tell people, if you really feel stuck in an emotion or a feeling or a situation that you haven't been able to get through for whatever reason, set a timer. Give yourself 15 or 20 or 30 minutes. And don't let yourself think of anything except all that negativity. Wear yourself out. So by the end of that 30 minutes, you're like, God, I am so sick of this. Wear yourself out and then say, all right, enough.
That's a great idea. I mean, that's a great strategy that anybody can actually apply. Because sometimes I think if you don't bring it out, then it might be still there, right?
If you stuff it. I don't care how positive you're telling yourself, in the back of your mind there's this stuff going like this. Just eating away. Bring it up. Yeah, I'm mad that Aunt Mary stole all of the money in the family. You know, my kids don't have what they should have because of that. You know what? That's pretty legit. Pretty legit to feel that way. Can you change Aunt Mary? No. Can you get the money back? No. Are your kids gonna? No. All right. Feel really bad for 30 minutes, and then let's go forward.
That's very powerful. It's definitely powerful because, see, one of the things that I learned is that it's like kind of interesting. When you have a dream or you want something to happen, and maybe you plan like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. And then something happens that it was not in the plan, right?
Yep.
And what I learned is like, I don't remember what I heard that, but it says every time we create something in our minds, it's like the universe is going to challenge you to see if you really want it and if you really deserve it, right? And by the way, the answer is yes. But do you really want it, right? Do you really want it that you're going to move through to make it happen?
Are you congruent? Is your energy flowing at a high enough rate to manifest that dream? Because if you're dragged down by Aunt Mary from 20 years ago, you'd better let her go.
Exactly.
Because that dream can't carry her.
Exactly. Absolutely. And just leave the past in the past, right? Leave the past in the past. So learn from the past, learn from those things that happen. Like so many times people say like, this happened to me, it was bad, but I learned from it.
Yep.
So now it will never happen to me again, right? So we're here at manifestingyourdreams.net. We're sharing some ideas with Barbara. She manifested her dream home. And we're going to talk about your daughter on the next segment because she shares some amazing things about her daughter. You don't want to miss that. So start thinking about what you want to manifest. Start creating faith. We're going to give you a couple of tips how you can actually make your faith bigger, stronger, because we want to have you in our show. Okay, in a few months and in a couple of years, we want to have you manifesting your dreams, and we're going to celebrate with you just like we celebrate with Barbara. Good job, Barbara.
I love it.
We'll be right back.